PB Big Garden Bird Watch. Do you know what the Big Garden Bird Watch is? Well, either way, stick around here on the virtual village hall for the next 15 minutes or so, and I'll be showing you how to sign up for the UK's largest citizen science wildlife survey, and also how to make these energy-packed suet cakes to encourage birds into your garden. So the first thing that you will need to do is to sign up. So you'll need to go to the RSPB website. So that's rspb.org.uk. It will be the first image that you come to on their website. Click through, sign up, and you'll get all the information that you need to take part. Now, there's a number of ways that you can do this. You can sit in your front room or your back room, looking out into your garden with a cup of tea and a bit of cake, rather like I'm going to do. Or if you don't have a garden, wrap up warm, take yourself to a local park and watch and count the birds. Because that's what the RSPB are asking us all to do. Everyone in the UK, just to take an hour over the 27th, 28th, or 29th of January, so it's a Friday, Saturday or Sunday, take an hour just watching, sitting, counting birds. What could be lovelier? And it's something that you can do with all the family. It's a great activity for older ones, younger ones, all the children. Great way to get involved in doing a bit of citizen science. And another way you can get involved in preparation for the Big Garden Bird Watch is to make these suet cakes. So I'm going to show you now how to do that. Now I've got lots of things on my table. First of all, you will need some suet or lard. You'll need also a measuring jug there. So that's your kind of wet ingredients. You'll then need some dry ingredients. Now this could be a number of things. So for example, I've got some unsalted peanuts. Make sure they're unsalted, and raisins in there. I've also got some porridge oats. I've got some sunflower seeds. I've got some bread in this little bag. I'll take it out in a minute. Breadcrumbs. You could use grated cheese. You could also use cake crumbs, but who's got cake crumbs left? I ate the whole cake. But that's all the things that you need. You can even just buy some really good quality bird seed mix. If you've got some of that, you can use that as well. You will also need some string, because we're going to need something to hang them from the trees with. You'll need a spoon, some scissors, a saucepan, a knife, but don't worry about writing all that down, because if you look at the video caption, the comments at the top, the explanation, it will give you all the details that you need. So let's start. I'm going to show you how to do it. I've got a lot on my table, so bear with me a sec while I just move a few things out of the way and we can get started. Okay, the first thing to do is to measure your, make sure you can see that, measure your suet out. So use either suet or lard. Don't use any other fats, so like goose fat or that sort of thing, because they won't set. And what can happen is that it can coat the bird's feathers, and then they won't be able to fly. So stick with suet or fats, and suet or lard, because that will set. So I'm looking to do 1 part suet to 2 parts of my dry ingredients. Now let's just gently heat this. So put that in my saucepan. Just going to turn that down slightly. Just really gently heat it. Okay, so while that's heating, I'm just going to start getting all of my dry ingredients together. So I've got my nuts and raisins. So as I said, unsalted peanuts. If you are going to use raisins, then make sure that you don't have any dogs using your garden, dogs or cats, because they can be poisonous. So just be aware of that. And I'm just going to chop them up slightly, just so it makes it easier for the birds to eat, so they can, and it all combines together. So while I'm doing this, please do pop into the comments. Let me know where you're watching from today. Let me know if you've taken part in the RSPB Big Garden Bird Watch before. Let me know what birds often come into your garden. Do you like feeding the birds? What do we have? I was actually watching the birds this morning, and I saw a blackcap in my garden, which I was really excited because I've never ever seen one before. So I got my book out, and I saw that it was actually a male blackcap, so I was really excited to see that. I saw great tits in the garden, lots of sparrows. We always have lots of house sparrows, which I'm really pleased about because they are one of the sort of more declining species. Now, talking of garden bird species, if you can't sort of distinguish one from another, then don't worry. When you sign up to the Big Garden Bird Watch, you'll get the option to have a guide either sent to you or you can download one. So when you're counting your birds, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to know which birds that you're looking at. Now, it's a really fun activity, but being a scientific part of research, there are some things that you do need to make sure you do. Right, that's just melted there, as you can see. So I'm just going to turn that off the heat. As I said, being scientific research, there are some sort of do's and don'ts. So there's certain ways of counting birds. So make sure you do sign up so that you do get all of the information. As I said, that's rspb.org.uk. So I had 1 cup of the suet. So as I said, I need 2 cups of the dry ingredients. So let's put those in there. So I've got some my unsalted peanuts and raisins. So let's take that up a cup. So that's a full cup there. Fill up with oats. Just going to put all of that in. Give that a quick stir. And then I just need another cup. So I'm going to add some sunflower seeds. So these are the seeds without the husks on. And I've also got my bread, which I'm just going to cut up into very, very small pieces. So almost to make breadcrumbs. And I think I'll finish this off with some more unsalted peanuts and raisins. So if you're just joining us, we are making some suet cakes to encourage the birds into our garden. You might find that the birds don't go to them straight away. They need to have a little bit of time to get used to them. So just don't be concerned if after a day they're not feeding from them. Give them a bit of time. They'll get a bit curious. They'll find out that it's safe, and then they will start eating from them. And if you are taking part on the Garden Bird Watch, which starts from the 27th to the 29th of January, then you're going to want to put these out now if you don't already put food out for birds, because that will give them a bit of time to get used to it. So a few more nuts in there. That's it. So I'm up there. So just to recap on the ingredients, it's I've used a cup of suet and then 2 cups of dry ingredients made up from oats, sunflower seeds, breadcrumbs, and unsalted peanuts and raisins. So just stir that round. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Make sure everything gets covered by the suet. And as well. Then I'm going to use clean yogurt pots to act as a mould to set. So I need to make a hole in the bottom first of all. So just let me, like this again. Now the easiest way I find to do this is to take a metal skewer. I just gently heat it. Just put it and a little bit more. Pierce the bottom of the container to make a hole in it. That's it, and that's the hole made. Turn that off. Then I get my string. So you probably kind of need just sort of half an arm's length of string. Then I make a loop, so you've got something to hang it on. And then just thread that through the bottom like that. I don't tie a knot in it just yet because these need to stay flat to set. I told you everything was going to fall on the floor. So then we just take a plate. Run that through. So put my yogurt pot onto the plate so it lays flat, and then just start filling it up with all this goodness for the birds. There's a nice one to do with children, as long as you supervise them during any of the heating elements. And it's a great way to encourage them to look out for wildlife and maybe get out into the garden, get into the outside, wrap up warm and get out. Because even on, you know, days, I mean, it's just come out really sunny here, and even on days like this, it can be cold, but as long as it's bright, it's lovely, isn't it? Just wrap up really, really warm. So I'm going to just push that down slightly. I don't want to push it down too much because otherwise lots of the lard will come out of the bottom, or the suet will come out of the bottom of that hole. So just push it down slightly. And that's our first one done. So I can use the rest of my mixture to make up lots more, and when I've made them up, I'll just put that in the fridge overnight to set. And once it's set, it's time to take it out of its mould. So I'll just show you here. So I just take my scissors and I'm going to cut just in at the four sides. That's it. One more, and then I can just very carefully tear that down, and it should just start popping out. There we go, it's come free. Oh, the loop came undone there, so all I need to do is just tie a loop. So there, then I can just hang it on the tree. So they're your suet cakes all ready to put out for the birds, ready for the RSPB Big Garden Birdwatch. Now, if you make lots of these up, you can just pop them in the freezer, and then when you're ready to use them, take them out and they're all ready to go. I'd suggest using these really only in the winter, because in the summer the fat can melt. And again, like if you're using goose fat, it can get onto the bird's feathers, and then it means that they won't be able to fly. So that can be really dangerous for them. So just a few things to bear in mind. So I would love to hear if you do sign up for the RSPB Big Garden Birdwatch at the end of the month. I'd also love to know what you get to see as well. So please do pop it in the comments. We always love to hear from you on the Virtual Village Hall. Please like and share this video as well with friends who may be bird lovers, who want to encourage birds into the garden, or any groups, any wildlife groups that you are associated with on Facebook. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. So all you need to do now is to go to rspb.org.uk, sign up for the Big Garden Birdwatch and enjoy. And I will see you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye.